All right, welcome to an episode of Football in Your Country. Today's episode, our guest is Tchoso Awide. Tchoso is from Togo, and our topic for today will be football in Togo. So, Tchoso, thank you for coming to the show. Hope you will have a good time, as everyone does. Say hi, Tchoso.
How you guys doing?
So, Choso, just give us an introduction to yourself. You know who you are, how old are you, where were you born? You know, what do you do involving football in general and things of that nature.
Alright, my name is Tchoso. I am from Togo, West Africa. I came here when I was 9 years old, and I only started playing soccer once I came here, and I took it seriously when I came here. And I've been here for 11 to 12 years already. Really nothing fancy. It's just yeah. I didn't really play soccer in Togo like that. I basically started playing it when I was actually here. Back in Togo, we didn't really have like actual soccer balls to be kicking around with or any of that stuff. So when I came here, that's when I was like, okay, let me just take soccer seriously. And then I went back to Togo in 2017. I brought a couple of soccer balls back, and I actually created like a small little team there. Really wasn't nothing fancy. It was just like a small team to just play around with, just to have fun with and all that stuff.
All right, great. So, you mentioned that you didn't play football in Togo, correct? Wait, so if you don't mind me asking, what part of Togo are you from?
Kara.
Kara?
Mm-hmm.
Kara, right? Okay, and can you tell us a little bit more about Kara? What you know?
I don't really know anything about it. Like I said, I spent most of my life here, so I wasn't really studying the nationality of the country. I wasn't really studying anything about it like that. So I just went to like elementary school there. I was most of my life here, so I really don't know much about it.
Okay, and I assume you don't know much about the football in Kara specifically, correct?
Nope, not really.
Okay, so tell us what you do know about football in Togo.
All I know is once you go, there's gonna be you're gonna see there's like a lot of passion within football in Togo, just like how it is with everywhere. Mainly, all I know is like you're gonna have a lot of people who's mostly playing it in the street, more like closed areas with their friends and all that stuff, barefooted, either whether it's barefooted or with shoes on, it don't really matter. They all play it for the passion. They're all playing around with like a roll of like paper bags or actual soccer balls. Really, like they play around with anything. Really, it don't matter. It's a passion of football. They really like it. They're all into it. Everybody has a passion for it. They're all ride or die with football. It's football every day, no matter what. And once they get out of work, they grab their shoes, they go to the pitch, they play soccer, all the way until they get tired most likely. So, yep.
What about your family members from Kara, or even your dad or anybody else? Do you know if anybody that plays football before there?
No, none of my family members has actually played football there. My brother is there now, and he doesn't really play football like that. He only played football when I was there when I was there back in 2017. But that's because I was there, so he kind of had no choice but to play with me because he wanted to spend time with me anyway. So really, none of my family has played football anywhere. Like they don't play football at all.
Okay, good. And have you met anybody from Togo that plays football in general here in the United States?
No, actually, I have a cousin that's so total that plays here in the United States. He actually played for Bobcat. Berlin Bobcat.
What's his name?
Alex.
Okay. So, I guess you don't know much about the clubs, be the amateur or professional clubs in Togo.
No.
Do you? Okay, how about this? How about we start with this? Do you know any clubs that are from your hometown of Kara?
No.
No?
Nope.
All right, so from Kara, it seems like there's one team called ASKO Kara. There's another one called ASC Kara. And I think those are the only two clubs that are from Kara.
Wow.
And can you tell us exactly where Kara is in Togo?
Can't really tell you because it's like I really have not been updating it on the map ever since I was young. So it's been a while since I've moved there.
Okay, so is it near the ocean, or do you remember anything that it's near?
Mainly because when you land in Togo, somewhere has to be you'll be near. You're gonna be landing in the main city, which is Lomé, and then from there it's gonna take you like a few hours to go uptown. So it's kind of where I'm actually from.
Yeah, up north.
Yeah, up north.
Yeah, so we have it on the screen here. Yeah, it's like smack on the center of Togo. You can see here. Oh no, actually, yeah, near the border of what's this? Benin. What country is this here? Doesn't say what country this is.
Ghana.
What country is in the middle? Oh wait, am I looking at this wrong?
No, you're in the middle, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, it's right in the middle. I don't know. This thing is acting a little funny here. But yeah. So right in the middle there, I think. If this map is acting a little funny. But okay, so let's talk about the professional clubs in Togo. So there is of course, professional league in Togo called the Togolese Campeonato Nacional. It consists of 14 teams. And actually, the team from Kara made it to the Champions League, I believe, this past year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they came first place. Not sure if it's it looks like it's their first champion, it seems. The other team, they won it this year, 2020. ASKO Kara won this year. So that's interesting. And the most successful, looks like the most successful club in Togo is AS Semasi. AS Semasi. They won it 10 times. AS Kara, I'm trying to find a picture of them. So here's a picture of AS Kara here on the left.
All right.
And AS Kara is right here. Looks like it's black and yellow. And the top teams from the Campeonato, yeah, it looks like, trying to see here. So yeah, so AC Samasi won it 10 times, Etiol Silante 7 times, Dynamic Togalais 6 times. Did I say that right? Togalese or Togalais?
Togolese.
And then AS Kokara comes on fourth with 4 wins. And ASC Kara only has one, and that's the one they won last year. So, yeah. So, do you know what competition the winner qualifies for? So, if a club wins the Togolese Campeonato Nacional, do you know what tournament they qualify for?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
So they qualify. There's two of them, depending on. Actually, before we go there, there's actually a Togo Cup called Coupe de Togo that's held every year, I presume. And the last winner is Non Joe in 2019, and in 2018, Bomido FC of Balime, Togo, against Dynamic Togolese Lome. So I'm pretty sure you know what the Togo Cup is. It's where all the teams, that qualify to play, they all play, on a big cup. They separate it. It looks like they separated by region. You have the Lome region, Maritime region, De Plateau, Central, Region de la Cara, and Region de Savanes. So it looks like Cara has a couple of teams here. Open de Wagande, ASKO FC Cara, as we mentioned before. Stara Sport FC from Bafilo, ASC Cara, which we mentioned before. AS Binan of Baguda, and Bikinti FC of Basar. Any of those neighborhoods sound familiar to you?
Nope.
In Cara? Do you know what exact neighborhood you're from in Cara?
No.
No? Okay. So, yeah, so it looks like...
It's a funny story behind that. My mom has this mechanic that every time he asks me, what if somebody asks me where I'm from, and I ask me what town, and I just don't. I don't know what town. I can test about it to see what I say.
I see. So is both your parents from Cara?
Yeah.
Well,
that's from where from upper Togo. So yeah.
You say who's from Upper Togo?
My dad is from Soto.
Oh, how do you say it again?
Soto.
Let's see if we can find that. We can't find it. So okay, that's good. That's good. All right. So yeah, back to the qualification. So they qualify for two tournaments. It's the CAF. Of course, we know CAF is the Confederation of Africa. They have two tournaments that are similar to the Champions League and Europa League. So we have the CAF Champions League, and then we have the CAF Confederations League. And the Confederations League, Togo clubs only 5 Togo clubs has qualified for the Confederations Cup, but not one has made it to the group stages.
Wow.
Normally, the Confederation Cup starts with, I believe, home and away ties, meaning, 2 games against the same opponent. You go to their location or you go to theirs. Some preliminary rounds are just 1 game. Some are 2 as you go into the later rounds. And then the winner of those rounds qualifies for the group stage. But 5 of them has qualified for, of course, the winner always qualifies as long as they have, the proper license. But yeah, 5 of them has qualified, but not one has made it to the group stages. But for the Champions League, it's a little different. So we've had 9 different clubs that's qualified, including both clubs from Cara. However, we had 9 qualified for the Champions League. Only 1 has qualified for the group stages, and that's AS Togo Ports. However, I believe this was the format from the Champions League before, but Semasi FC has qualified for the semifinals back in 1984. Looks like that's the last time they've made it that far. However, there was one team that made it there's one team that made it to the finals, and but that was in 1968, and that was Etios Pelante do Togo, and that team is based out of Lome. As you can see here, this is the club here, and I believe they're still active. But yeah, they're the only team founded in 1932. They're the only team that's made it that far in the Champions League, and that's 1968. The last time they won the Togolese Champions League, the Togolese Football League was in 1992. They were probably a powerhouse back in the early days. But yeah, they're the ones that made it that far. And here we will show Semasi FC, who made it to the semifinals. That's Semasi FC. Yeah, they made it to the semifinals. So yeah, there's interesting information to know, huh?
Yep.
You never knew, right? Now you know. So Togo football hopefully is not as strong as most nations. The majority of the nations that win the Champions League, they all hail from they all hail from either Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, mostly the North African nations. Congo, Cameroon, Ghana has won it a couple of times. But yeah, it's mostly dominated by the North African clubs. And I believe, so hopefully Togo will be able to go to the finals once.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question is the national team. So tell us what you know about the Togolese national team.
Exactly. What they have talked about, I think that's what they have talked about. So, all I know is growing up as everybody that's my age by now, growing up, we all admired number 4, that classic number 4, Emmanuel de Bayo, the one and only. He was basically the Lionel Messi for Togo. Like, he scored all the goals, he did all of that, he did everything. And so when I came here, I was growing up on his career and all that stuff until I actually found out about him being in Madrid, playing for Madrid, playing for Arsenal. I was actually surprised that once I got here, I actually realized that really not that many athletes actually go far in a professional career unless they're probably European or South American or unless from different places besides Africa. But when I found out he actually did that he actually gave the courage of trying to go professional. And really, when you're in Africa and you're born in Africa, especially one of the smallest countries in Africa, it's extremely hard. Where soccer's not really it's not really developed like how it is right here. But at the same time, it's still pretty hard, but also easy at the same time. Because really, you have to be the best player that there is on the whole community. And if you are, you probably have a chance. For him, I would guess he was probably the best player that there is when he was growing up, the best player out of everybody. But that's all I know. Bye. Oh my God. Shit. Well.
Tchoso, you there? All right, I'm not sure what happened. We lost connection there. But yeah, you were explaining about Emmanuel Abedayor. So can you continue?
All I know about him is that he was the best player that we had in the Togolese national team. He actually was the best player. Because really, from what I know and from what I'm taking a guess at, he was literally the first Togolese player that probably played for Arsenal and that have played for Real Madrid too. So when I came here, that's when I started following his career. Because when I was in Togo, I really didn't follow his career like that. I just knew about him. Everybody spoke about him. Everybody wore his number 4, his classic number 4 jersey. So once I got here, when I found out that he actually played for Real Madrid, I was actually like a little bit surprised because from my expectation and from what I see from other African players, they have the talent, they have the physicality, but they don't have like the actual technical skill. This guy right here had the technical skill and the physicality. Like he can score goals just like Ronaldo can.
Yeah.
Literally. But he did it for an African team. That's where it was actually surprising. He was the only reason. He was actually part of the reason why I kind of wanted to become professional because really, he was my idol when I was growing up, and to this day, he kind of is, kind of isn't. Like he's in the middle, but like I don't know where he's going to this day. So yeah.
Okay. And so, do you know where he's playing now?
No, currently no, at the moment.
You'll be shocked to hear what I'm about to tell you. But he is actually playing in South America.
South America, wow.
He's playing for a club called Club Olimpia. Club Olimpia de Paraguay.
Is he in Paraguay?
Yep. Kid you not.
Wow.
He's in Club Paraguay Club Olimpia de Paraguay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's currently playing, and yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of him here playing, and yeah, that's him right there. They welcomed him a lot. They gave him a big, welcome party, and like not welcome party, but like the fans. They were proud, they were happy, and yeah, it was a good thing. Glad to see popular African players go to South America because the fans definitely appreciate the talent and they appreciate the skills, especially from players in Africa. So not many go there, but glad to see that he went there and yeah, good publicity, good good reception. So it's good to see him down there. So aside from that, so what else can you tell us about the national team aside from Adebayo?
Besides not having seen them in a World Cup not once, yeah, that's it.
You sure about that?
Yeah, like from all I know is Togo has not been in a World Cup. That's probably because I haven't really done deeper research about the Togolese national team. That's probably because of that, but otherwise, that's all I know.
Well, I'm here to tell you that they did make it to the World Cup.
What was that?
Can you guess when? You were definitely alive. It wasn't a long time ago.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Kid you not.
Probably was it in 2006.
Say again?
Was it in 2006 or 2010?
Yeah, 2006. You didn't know that?
No, because I was here in 2006. I was literally just coming into the country in 2006.
Oh my gosh, how can you miss that historical moment?
I was coming into the United States in 2006. I'm think during the summer of 2006. So really, I didn't follow up on anything because I was new to this country. So I don't know how to use half of the stuff in here.
Yeah, they made it in 2006. They lost all their games in the group stage, but they did score a goal out of all those games. I believe that goal was scored by Kader, Mohamed Kader. But yeah, they made it. So that was the only time they made it, unfortunately. Um, yeah, the only time they made it. So yeah. What about the Africa Cup of Nations?
I don't know about that. I don't follow up on that. As much as I should, I don't follow up on that.
Well, do you know what it is?
I would take a guess that it's basically kind of, it's not really as big as the World Cup, but it's big, where every team, every country in Africa competes.
Yeah, yes. They have a qualification process, of course, and then the teams that qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, and it's held every 2 years. And right now, I think it consists of 24 teams.
Mm.
And the last time they made it was in 2017. And the farthest they've ever made it in the African Cup of Nations was in 2013. They made it to the quarterfinals. And yeah, that's the only time they've made it that far. Every other time they've made it only to the group stages. Let's see. So it seems, and yeah. So that's the Togolese national team. What about the What about the? It seems like Adebayor is also the most cap player, with 87 caps, and the top goal scorer ever for Togo at 32.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's the Togo football team for you. What do you know about the U20s, the U20 or the U17, the youth squads?
Zero knowledge of that.
No knowledge.
No knowledge.
Well, let's start with the U20s. So U20s looks like they've qualified once to the U20 World Cup, and that was in 1987. 1987, and then the U17s, they made it to the U17 World Cup in 2007.
2007.
Yeah, 2007. and they were also runners up for the African U17 Championship in 2007. Yeah, so hopefully they'll be able to make it again somehow.
Yeah.
So that's all I have for Togo football. Do you have anything else you want to let the listeners know?
Nope. None.
Anything you want to tell them about the country itself? That if they should go visit, or where to go visit, or what's the best thing to do in Togo?
When you go visit the beach. The beach is always the best thing you can ever visit. And when you go, if you decide to go visit with somebody that knows the country well and that knows the country like to a certain extent, because you can't really go there and actually expect them to, make friends and all that. Because Togo is very, like, I would say antisocial. Like, they will literally, just like how any Africans are, they would judge you just by the way you are, by the way you dress, and all that stuff. They will literally look at you like basically you're somebody else. You're not. They know if you're not from here. So basically, when you go there, go with somebody that know the country a lot more better than you do, like to a certain extent, and then go to the beach, visit the beach, and have fun.
Awesome, sounds good. So that's Togo Awide, everyone. Not Togo Awide, Tchoso Awide. Sorry about that. Thank you for participating to the show. We hope our viewers learned something new, most importantly, and I hope you learned something new with some of the information I brought up about Togo football in Togo.
Most definitely, I did.
And I hope everyone enjoyed. So thanks a lot, and we'll we'll be back for another episode of Football in Your Country. Thanks for listening.
Yep.